States.
Yeah.
So finally, I turned it over to Mike.
Yeah. Mike Wiegele. Yep.
And then he got fired. No, actually she got fired.
Who got fired?
She ran this show.
Bonnie?
Bonnie. she out of nothing, she made a lot of money. So they said, we can do that too.
Oh, doesn't this sound familiar?
She sold no ski boots, no skis.
Yeah.
But all she did is glasses but she made a ton of money.
Yeah.
You know?
Everyone loved Bonnie.
Yeah.
Right?
and then they got rid of her. So then Mike was stuck. So then he said, I want to work for Mike. And then he said, nah, I go by myself. And the first year he had only one customer. And that was from the East Coast.
See? Yeah. So yeah, you can still pick on the East Coast guys a little bit. That's what I'm hoping to do. Come on.
Actually, he said, why you guys enjoy the concrete and the mountains? No mountains, nothing.
Yeah.
And Hans always was dreaming about having the people come from the big cities to his mountains.
Right.
In Canada.
Right.
And I think he every year he made a movie with McConkey and Star Walton and I don't know all these.
Yeah,
guys.
pre-Warren Miller.
Yeah.
Before Warren Miller.
Yeah, and then he grew
in a Volkswagen,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Driving to Vermont.
Can you believe that or not?
In the 50s.
Mike said to me, Wolfy, if you want to stay in skiing, you got to go to the best ski school in the world. I said, what is that? He says, I write cheerleader. He says, Ernie McCullough in Mont Tremblant on the East Coast. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay.
Quebec.
Then he came back and he says, yeah, I hire you. But you have to pass the test.
Yeah.
So there was about 80 people in that group. Mm-hmm. They all wanted to be ski instructors on the East Coast. Well, one day Mike said, hey, I don't have a letter, but can I come with you?
Oh, you said.
Yeah, a brand new Volkswagen, a little one.
Yeah.
Cost me $1,600. Volkswagen. So
you know what that value of that Volkswagen is now? Like $160,000. Oh yeah.
So anyway, we drove over there, and Mike didn't have a letter or anything like that.
Yeah.
So we said, okay, Ernie gave me a book, how to teach how to ski. Well, we couldn't speak English. We couldn't speak French. So obviously it's our way. So he actually then, and I passed. I won the contract. And you know why? Because Ernie came, Heli Sommerauer was an Austrian guy, but he's been in America for a long time. And he spoke both languages. Okay. And he knocked on the door one time and he says, listen, Ernie said that you guys have the language problem. But I don't think I can teach you how to speak English in 6 days. I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a big picture, snowplow, and all this stuff. And I teach you how forward, left, right, pressure, and all this simple stuff.
Yeah,
and that's how we talk.
Simple instruction.
Simple English.
Yeah.
And I tell you, one in German you say ballen, in America you say balls of your feet.
Okay.
Balls.
Mm-hmm.
Put pressure on the balls of your feet.
Yep.
But somehow Haley didn't properly tell me. He says, put pressure on your balls, I always say. Put pressure on your balls, and then you start leaning out, leaning this way, leaning that way, and you turn. Oh! And everybody laughed like hell. We had women in there. So anyway, I won that course. Yeah. And Mike was sixth. And then we had a lesson. Okay, Ernie said, I know how you guys can ski, but we cannot have you teach. So what are we going to do? So Mike said, okay, I'll shovel snow or something,
Yeah.
And he says, well, let's see what we can do. And then he said to us, with Heli translating, mm-hmm. He says, I teach, we had 2 classes. Him, the old ladies, yeah. Over 60, and here from 6 to 9 kids.
Yeah.
And he earlier always said, and later on we found out from him, kids don't learn by talking. They copy. And since we knew how to ski, you know, so one day I had kids, and then Mike had the old ladies, then I had the kids, and I had the old ladies. You know, we switched back and forth, and we had a good time. But then one time there was a lady. Mike had the girls, and his lesson was keep them together. That was his lesson. And you could hear him all over the hill.
Keep them together!
Keep them together. And then the girl said, we didn't understand. They told us later, you know, what's going on. And she had an envelope on Saturday. Everybody got tips.
Okay.
And we didn't make any money there.
Right.
Tromblon.
You're volunteer.
I think we got $1,000 a month.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Huh?
$100 a month.
$100, yeah.
Yeah, okay. or you know something I don't know.
Okay. In a week. Yeah. Anyway, so then she got up and she says, well, Mike, we had a great time with you, and they had an envelope in the hand, you know.
Yeah.
And she says, but somehow if you want to come back, you have to change your the way you talk, you know. And she says, because if we would have kept them together, we wouldn't be grandmothers now.
God, you gotta love the skiing, right? You gotta love the skiing, right? And that's we miss that, Wolf. We miss that attitude. I miss it, right? It's really sort of.
It's funny. She said we have to change the way you talk.
Yeah.
You know, because if we would have kept them together, we wouldn't be grandmothers now.
And so just so you know, for full disclosure, Wolf, I'm recording this, I think, and it might become a story that I put out on Selkirk Powder's website, right? Because you guys, this is the very first guy to jump out of a helicopter. Mm-hmm. And he jumped out of a helicopter for Hans Moser. Yeah. And he jumped out of a helicopter.
With Mike.
Yeah, no, with Mike, but for
Mike.
Hans.
Yeah.
Because like as you said, Hans didn't ski that good.
Hey, you know, he believed in the longer the ski, the higher you stay on top of the snow. Yeah. That's how he's been. But no, that's not true. You know,
the longer you keep those snows in the skis, or the skis in the snow.
And maybe you can make long turns. Gee.
Yeah. And now look at us. We're on 170s, and they're 6 inches wide. You know, and no, it's really important. I think personally, as Selkirk Powder Company goes to its next, lifespan, right? We're not leaving this shit behind. We're actually going to excel. I think I'm going to try to accentuate it. So Selkirk Powder Company really becomes sort of a little bit of a throwback a bit. But it's on purpose because it's necessary, because there's still a lot of people that want that camaraderie of skiing, whether they have the dough or not. And I want to bring more snow.
Go ahead. I will see if I have something.
So we're in the Austrian room in an undisclosed location. And this is furniture from Wolf's mother's and grandparents' home in Austria. And who knows, there could be some illegal substances around here too.
I got a book here. I think maybe you would like that.
Yeah. We're going to watch the book. You guys come back. Maybe we'll have another chapter sometime. See ya.
This is in Tromblon.